She thought her secret was safe, until she walked through the door and saw the single item he was holding. Welcome to Cheating Secrets, where the most intimate deceptions are finally brought into the light. It was just past 8 p.m. when Leo finally ascended the stairs. His wife, Chloe, a captivating 28-year-old, was putting the final touches on her makeup. She was heading out with her circle of friends, a ritual that had begun to feel like a weekly thorn in his side. "You're not upset about this again, are you?" she asked, catching his expression. His eyes drifted to the shockingly short black dress draped over the chair, and the crimson lace undergarments she wore. "I've never seen these before," he stated, his voice flat. She offered a slight, flustered shrug. "They're new." He left the room and returned moments later, holding something from the laundry hamper. It was a simple, worn cotton set. "So, this is from me," he said, pointing to the plain fabric in his hand. "And that," he continued, gesturing to the provocative lace, "is for a room full of strangers you've never met." He locked his gaze on her. "Unless this isn't just a girls' night out. Maybe you've already arranged to meet someone there." "That's ridiculous," she fired back, her eyes wide. "There is no one else. When you're with them," he continued, ignoring her outburst, "you never let other men buy you drinks, dance too close, or whisper in your ear." "How dare you?" she spat, her anger flaring. "I dare," he said calmly, "because I know the company you keep. One is single, two are recently separated, and then there's you. Do you honestly believe they're not encouraging you to live as they do? You have no right to judge them." "I'm not judging them," he countered. "They are free to live their lives. And so are you." She looked at him, a new suspicion in her eyes. "So, you're forbidding me from going?" "I'm not forbidding anything. I'm telling you that I find this behavior unacceptable for my wife, and that your friends are leading you down a path that will destroy our marriage." "You think a night out with my friends is a threat to our marriage?" she scoffed. "Stop being so insecure. I always come home to you." "I'm insecure because you are the most stunning woman I have ever known, and you are going into a club with women I do not trust, add alcohol and eager men, and it is a recipe for disaster." He held up a hand to stop her reply. "Our marriage is already in jeopardy because you think a husband should be fine with this." He motioned to her scantily clad form. "Look, it's getting late. I told them I'd be there by 9:30. He made one final attempt. "What is wrong with you?" "It's just drinks with the girls." He let out a heavy breath. "I want to trust you, but I refuse to spend every Friday night wondering if you'll cross a line, or if you'll just enjoy the attention and assume it as fine if I never find out. I would never." "Your friend Mia was bragging online last week about her escapades." "That's exactly what she did." "How long until you start to believe that what I don't know won't hurt me?" She was silent, stunned. He pressed on, more determined. "If you want to go dancing, invite me. If you want to seek validation from strangers, then be honest, and we could end this now." "You're being cruel," she lashed out. "No, I'm being transparent. I don't believe you're just a fan of the atmosphere. I'm willing to believe you haven't been physically unfaithful. But this is the choice. Stay or go. The decision is yours. But know that I have a choice, too. If you walk out that door tonight to party, don't expect to find me here when you return. So, what will it be?" "You're joking," she said, her voice trembling with a fury he'd never seen in their 5 years together. "No," he said quietly. "If you want to dress like your single friends and go out drinking with them every week, that's your prerogative. But the image of me waiting here for you is not the future I want." He moved towards the door. "I'll be downstairs when you've decided." She sat before the mirror, her mind racing. She hadn't cheated. Not entirely. But last week, she had been tempted, and she had allowed a comfort and embrace. That was all. And she loved the way men watched her on the dance floor. It made her feel powerful. Leo always complimented her, but he had to. Downstairs, Leo opened his laptop and began completing a digital form. It was 9:25 when she descended the stairs. He looked up. Was she staying? He said nothing. Was she going to ask him to join her, or was she leaving with them? She looked conflicted, then spoke. He slowly shook his head, turned back to his screen, and said nothing. She stood for a moment, wondering if it was a bluff. As she left, he finished the form, attached a document, and clicked send. He went upstairs and packed his suitcases. On Monday, he would inform his boss he was accepting the position in Singapore. He summoned a ride and, while waiting, sent a message to her family group chat. Some promises are broken, others are simply outgrown. He had one more thing to do. He walked to the printer, took a sheet, and wrote a single word. He placed it over their wedding portrait on the mantel. Then he powered off his phone and stepped outside. Chloe had just found her friends at the club when her phone buzzed. "If this is Leo begging me to come home," she muttered. But it was her older sister, Maria. "Where are you?" Maria demanded. "So, what does Leo think?" Maria asked, her tone sharp. "He knows I'm out." "Well, good luck with that. He left you." Chloe watched, stunned as her friend's face mirrored her own shock. Even in the club's dim light, she felt the color drain from her face. She saw the message he'd sent to her family. Then her phone rang again. Her father. "What did you do to Leo?" he boomed. "That man worshipped you and you wanted more." "No, Dad. I just felt confined. I needed one night to feel free." "You're in a nightclub. Your husband just left you and you're at a club." He was livid. What could she say? The music in the background was evidence enough. "Dad, he must have decided after I left." He hung up. Chloe snatched her purse and ran for the exit, not even glancing at her friends. She tried calling Leo, but his phone was off. The house was silent. She rushed upstairs. His wardrobe was half empty, his toiletries gone. His passport was gone, too. He had warned her. No ambiguity. He valued honesty above all, having been betrayed before. He had done exactly what he said he would. An hour ago, she was married. In less than a year, she would be divorced. All over a night out. When she saw what he had done, her stomach dropped. It was a photo, taken from a social media post, of a couple sharing a romantic moment at a restaurant. But there, clear in the background, was Chloe, locked in a deep embrace with a man whose hands wandered. Across the bottom, Leo had written one word in bold, black letters: deceiver. What happened next? Leo built a new life abroad, and Chloe was granted the freedom she so desperately wanted. The consequences that followed her unexpected pregnancy and the choices she made, leading to her inability to have children years later, are a story for another time. Leo eventually found happiness with a kind-hearted woman he met while sailing in Singapore. But their story, the story of Leo and Chloe, ended right there in that silent living room, with a single, devastating word. Like this video and subscribe to Cheating Secrets for more stories that reveal what happens behind closed doors.